Hi everybody, Keith here. Hey, I just wanted to talk to you tonight real quick about educating tomorrow. You know, we have a major problem, not just in this country, I'm sure, but in many, with education of our youth. And that's where it stems from, our public education system. We're sitting in a convenient spot where we've allowed somebody else to take care of our children in a manner that is destroying our tomorrow. We're letting our children be educated on beliefs. Whether they're our beliefs or somebody else's beliefs, it doesn't really matter. They're being educated on beliefs rather than on facts. And when we take upon the responsibility of ourselves to teach our children, I think we tend, for those of us that love our children with all of our hearts, we tend to try to educate them as much as possible on fact and truth rather than on beliefs. For those of us that aren't caught up in all the cognitive dissonance. For instance, my parents, I assure you they loved me with all of their heart. And when I wasn't in school, they were assuredly teaching me other things. But the things that I learned from school, they also enhanced that or sustained that or supported it. And basically one of the main instruments I'm talking about, and I said instrument, is the Department of Transportation driver license. It's all meant for commerce, nothing else. And because they weren't aware of that, they weren't aware of being able to tell me that, okay, Keith, when you turn 16 and they want you to get a driver permit, that's fine. Go ahead and get a driver permit, because if you turn 18 and you get a job driving, then you'll need a driver's license. But when you turn 18, understand that there is a difference between driving and traveling. We're Americans. We're human beings. Above all, we're human beings. This isn't just for America. This is human. This is for mankind. I just used two terms there I don't want to use, and that's American because it's separatism, and human because again it's separatism. Human, the etymology of that word is hue, man, color of man. Therefore, I prefer using mankind. We are of a primate genus known as Homo sapiens, mankind. And basically what we've done, like I said, it's a matter of convenience. We've stripped our children's rights away from them because of our own convenience through the decades, through the centuries. And it's gotten to a point today where we have, not only do we not have freedom, but we don't even, most of us don't even have the concept of understanding or comprehending that each of us has the ability as well as the responsibility to be educating our tomorrow. Our forefathers, before we developed the first public school in 1860 in Boston, our forefathers taught our children everything. They taught them animal husbandry. They taught them farming and gardening and harvesting and processing those foods, and whether it be for food or I should say processing those products for food and items of necessity, as well as for other things. You've got they taught them how to grow hemp. They taught them how to grow tobacco. They taught them how to grow all kinds of fruits and vegetables and ferment them into wines and distill them into spirits. They taught our children basic math, reading, writing, and arithmetic, and they taught our children law. They didn't take upon the conveniences. Of course, a lot of them weren't there. But as time changes and convenience comes about, we better be aware of what kind of conveniences we want to take advantage of. And I think today one of our best solutions is to get back to that homeschooling. But remember, true homeschooling isn't by government guidelines saying that your kid has to stay up with the rest of the nation. Fuck that. No child left behind bullshit. Teach your kid as much as possible and make sure the goddamn public school system doesn't fall behind. Stand up and show them, hey, this is bullshit. We're smarter than this. Because this isn't about protesting, going out there and being violent with each other. We have a right to petition the government for redress of grievances. We don't have the right to go out and bash each other over the head, explaining to them, hey, you see what we're doing? We're killing ourselves. That's what they want, dumbasses. I said it many times, and you can quote me on it. Mankind's most powerful weapon is his own mind. I suggest you start fucking using it. Start fucking using that little mind right here instead of these. You go out there and protest, start getting violent with people, you ain't no better than the fucking cops. You ain't no better than none of them. You want to man up, then man up. Sun Tzu, in The Art of War, let's see, what was it? To defeat one's opponent without fighting is of supreme excellence. And if you want to go around as kings and as queens, then you use supreme excellence. Ye are gods, for ye are of God. Quit sending your children off to be indoctrinated. Tell them explain to them the difference between a marriage license and a commitment. And I can sit here and explain to you all about the quasi-contract part of a marriage license and a driver's license and a license to practice law. They're all quasi-contracts because they all involve three parties. Three parties. In a true contract with two parties, that third party, if they're not there by conjoinder and acceptance by both of the original parties, then they are a third-party intervener. Quasi-contracting through third-party intervening is unlawful. It is called fraud. So if you want your children to grow up and get married, go ahead, let them get married. I try to teach my youth to grow up and learn how to make a motherfucking commitment. So, what do you mean more facts? You want facts? Fucking look them up, Brian. I'm here to give my fucking opinion. You don't like it? Kiss my ass. Go look up the facts. Quit fucking listening to people and believing them. Look up your fucking facts. God. What is it with you people that want facts? Aren't there enough books with all these words written down? Don't you have enough people to count on and teach you? You expect me to teach you? I got my own goddamn kids to teach. That's why I'm out here telling you as a fucking adult. Educate your goddamn self. You ain't got no more excuse for it. Got it. Hey, sorry, Brian. I'm not cussing at you. I'm cussing at everybody, which, if you want to be you want to stick with that plurality, learn the word of you, Brian. Those are facts. Facts is a plural word, or you is a plural word. Me, myself, I, those are singular. If you want to use you, your, us, we, use that in your court case and referring to your house of little. The house of little. We would like to inform the court we no longer wish to participate in the voluntary program known as Social Security Administration. That's how you would phrase something like that. I hear you, Jade. I wish I could tell you where I find everything myself, but if I spend all my time telling you where I find all my information, you'd be finding a lot of sources. Because I don't look at just one source and take that as fact. I gather up all kinds of facts from all different sources and put them all together. The ones that can join and make sense and make a fluid picture, show me a truth, I keep. Anything that doesn't fit, like it's trying to shove a square peg in a round circle, I ain't going to keep it. It gets tossed. So when you sit there and tell me things like motor vehicle, oh, that doesn't apply to me. Sorry. You know what I mean? You want to get your facts. You got to look up for yourself. That's why I say you got to educate yourself, because I don't know it all. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to find a better source. Because I know what I'm putting out there ain't the best. That's why it's called education. Everything's changing. And we have to educate ourselves constantly to the changes. Today we have different ways of producing things. We have to educate ourselves on the foods that we're producing and find out what we're doing to ourselves. For crying out loud, myself, I grew up on Mountain Dew. I didn't even drink water. I knew the water was bad, so I quit drinking water. So I started drinking Mountain Dew without educating myself on the bullshit that was in Mountain Dew. Here it is. I'm in my later stages of life, and I finally quit Mountain Dew, and I no longer have all the scabs and lesions on my skin. I educated myself. You have to do the same. You have to do the same so you can educate your children. We have to learn how to be stewards of life, period. And that life starts with our own, and then those that are offsprung from us. And then we can start caring about the others. But we have to do it sensibly. You know, I just said a little bit ago here in the live stream, we have to be able to make sure we can use our mind in the premise like Sun Tzu, when he wrote the book Art of War, and he stated, to defeat one's opponent without fighting is of supreme excellence. So when we can finally walk into court, all calm, cool, and collected, without having to fear the bailiff arresting us, because our knowledge will point out that when you're sitting on that bench trying to collect money from a real man for a private contract between two fictitious entities that the private man wants nothing to do with, because he did not. I didn't make that birth certificate. Fuck, I wasn't even old enough to fucking write. I wasn't even fucking old enough to crawl when that birth certificate was made. And they're trying to conjoin it with me. Sorry, ain't gonna happen. It did under false pretenses my whole life. And now you're trying to hold me to it? I don't think so. I've been educated. Well, where did you get educated, they say? Did you go to college? Fuck no. I educated my own goddamn self. College is a fraud too. Keep paying for your education. I didn't spend a dime on mine. Oh, and by the way, neither did you. All you did was sign yourself into more slavery. So you keep working for that fictitious money that isn't worth a dime that I didn't pay, because you didn't pay a dime either. All you did was work your ass off and pay more of that fictitious money to somebody else when it could have purchased you things that you need for your children, for your offspring. Jade, you're funny. You're funny. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Brian, I'm sorry if you're still listening. I'm just on a rant. Most people that know me know I'm a pretty decent guy. And, it's my birthday and I'm just all passionate about it, dude. So, hope I didn't offend you. Hey, God bless for listening to me. And remember, put it out there, people. You got to start educating yourselves so you can educate your children, get them out of this cognitive dissonance. God bless y'all. Happy Born On Day to everybody. I love you. Have a great night.